everybody, welcome to another day of Albion Online. Just logged into the game. I slept in a little bit. It's not early morning, but it's just morning. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna fight this boss that literally just spawned seconds ago. And we're waiting for him exactly where we left off. Didn't even play anymore at all yesterday. Didn't even eat roast pork. Eat some roast pork. I've been playing a lot of Ultima Online. I haven't been recording it because I was just enjoying the game, but what I need to do is please need to start recording it, putting it up as regular content or something. Probably the station there. Alright. No boss in the back, but that boss just spawned there. But the boss should spawn here eventually. We'll make our way back around. But because we started off here, no chests, no anything, this place was already cleared out. Somebody literally just cleared this out seconds ago. So I just took out that boss. Around at the door, there's a boss up there. So I'll mount up. Run. Grab this boss. I don't know if the W key made that thing last shorter, but I don't think it did. But somehow it feels like the ice block didn't last as long. I don't know, I always have the Helium helmet on, but I do. Back down. Sprint. Make our way this way. No chests. Oh, I didn't even check to see what I'm at. 25.9 million. I don't have any repairs, so that is where we're at. And if you check my mail, you'll see right here, select all, delete. There's like 161. Get rid of all those. I'm gonna take that tier 2. Sprint. A free baggie. No boss in the back. Big deal. We already were in northeast, so we're gonna check southwest. The back. Somebody's literally doing the same route. But it's no big deal. No big deal at all. No boss in the back there. We'll check all the way in the backpack. Let that guy whack me for a little bit. There's a spawner just spawned. Walk past it. Don't need to sprint or waste a sprint. Just keep going. Alright, no bosses or anything. Someone else literally down here not too long ago. Because mobs are just spawning. It's Tiki here. That's not good. We'll run all the way over here. We'll drop most of the aggro. We'll just have a couple guys left. We'll fight these guys. Hello, my friend. Tobias J. Visenberg. Hello and welcome. Yep, I'm liking two Qs first, and this one that have the cooldown so I can have 3 more. It works better in my rotation. Yes, it's not mana efficient, but it just works better for me. Alright, A key out. So, yeah, in my Discord channel, excuse me for the coughing. So, in my Discord channel, somebody, what's his name? Albion. I don't remember where my Discord channel is. There it is. Newthon, was asking how to do steady dungeons and gear and everything else. So, it takes a lot of practice. And I've died and I've lost millions and millions of silver practicing doing what I'm doing here. It is not easy. It takes a lot of practice. And you even notice, even with my gear here and my live streams, I still go down, I still die every now and then, right? Like, you have to practice to know where's a spot that I can do what I just did here and wait. See how I just dropped out aggro? And see, I'm perfect in a spot where I'm not grabbing anything. To learn all these spots, it takes practice, it takes time, and then also it takes practice to be able to fight all of these guys. Like this fight right here is a dangerous fight because there's a glowy and a glowy plus 2 mages. So I don't want this second, well, 3 mages. I don't want this mage. But you see how there's different tiers? This guy's the highest tier glowy. This guy's not. And in fact, I'm going to grab him right there. But you notice how I grabbed him without the archers? Now I can do this fight. Now I'm going to have to sit here and take the damage because I don't want to grab anything else. So I'm going to sit here and take a lot of the damage. But now I'm going to slowly make my way back this way. I'm going to get frozen, but that's okay. I'm purposely taking the damage so I don't grab the archers. When you learn to do these pulls, because even the person in Discord that mentioned it, Newthon, he was asking, well, how do you do this? Every time I fight these glowy mobs. You have to learn to be able to pull like I just pulled right there without the archers. And if you could see if you could pull this right here without the archers and just kill the mages, then you can do this pull. Now that I'm over here and I see this player over here, this is where the other thing you have to decide as well. If this player is making his way over here, I'm going to grab the archers now. Because I don't want him to be able to take this loot from me. Now you see this patrol over here, you have to make sure the patroller doesn't get you as well. So we're going to go over here, W key, E key, and we hit the R key as well. And you have to time your R key right away. You don't want to make your R key the one where you're not doing damage enough, because your R key is the opposite of if you're going Giganticus, Guardian Boots. Somebody once they were asking me, should I do Guardian Boots? What boot should I use? It really is dependent, right? And you have to learn when to use, what to use, and how to use it so that you get it. Because you're competing against other people. So all this experience that I'm showing here in my live streams is basically millions and millions worth of silver of experience of showing you how I'm doing it. And yes, I'm wearing high tier gear. Can you do it in lower tier gear? Yes, but it is a lot harder. Like a lot harder. It still can be done, but then it takes more practice. And yes, you'll probably go down multiple times in the dungeon. Can you please send me your Discord channel link, please? It's in the description on this video. Open up the description. It's on every description on every single one of my recent videos. So for the past month, my Discord server link is in the description. And if you still can't find it, I will put it in the chat. But I'm pretty sure it's there. Didn't I just go south? I just did go southwest. I was supposed to go northeast. I don't know what I'm thinking. I just went this way. And someone else just went this way too. I'm over here talking and was just mindlessly doing it on autopilot. Alright, back in. We already know the top mob is not going to spawn for another 40 minutes at least. We also know that the mob in the northeast section is not going to spawn also for another 50 minutes. One of the bosses. The second boss, which is all the way in the back, which a lot of people don't check, could spawn though, because I didn't see him there. He could spawn any second. So we're going to go check that right now. I think it's already time to move to Penuchev. This Sunday. Sunday morning, there's just so many people on. Sprint, sprint, sprint. Alright, we'll check the northeast section. And what I probably should do, just to prove that you can do this in lower gear, is I should probably buy a lower set, and then do exactly what I'm doing here and show you can do it. Now the other point too that I forgot to see, if there's a chest right there, someone just got it. See right there, there's an open chest. So literally somebody else, a lot of other people are down here. Sundays, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I normally don't get that much. So it is a good way to show this route over and over and over again. Okay, so I know that there's no guy boss over there because I'm the one that logged in and cleared that one right there. Alright, thank you Copious J. Vinsberg for finding the Discord channel. Oh, I don't have my Alien helmet on, but that's okay. We'll keep walking this way. We'll drop most of the aggro. There's no boss back there. No big deal. This is where you save your R key. So when you're in lower gear, you can't just do your R key right away. Your R key is only effective when you're at lower hit points. Where if you're using Giganticus boots, these ones are more effective to use when you're at full hit points. So you're on both ends of the spectrum. I guess I've never really taught that because I've always just used the R key for damage. But I don't use my R key right away when you're in lower tier gear. Your R key is your emergency button. Let me go sell this off. And let me see if I can go teach this with lower tier gear. And I do expect to die in lower tier gear because I'm not used to doing it in lower tier gear. But it can be done. In lower tier gear? Yes. It's a lot harder. But yes, it can be done. Part of the reason why I can solo everything is I'm specialized, right? So people are thinking, oh, they could just put on this gear and they haven't leveled up any of the other staffs. They haven't leveled up any of the other jackets. So they think, oh, I'll just put on a Helium jacket. I'll put it on and my level of my Helium jacket is only like level 30 and I haven't leveled up any of the other jackets. If you do that, you will not be able to do it very well. You have to specialize. Like, you can be in lower tier gear, but you have to be specialized. I'm specialized in my set, okay? Very, very heavily specialized. And the 3 pieces of gear, or at least the 2 pieces of gear that matter the most, is your armor and your weapon. So these 2 pieces right here, your offhand doesn't matter so much. It does matter, but not as much. But these 2 pieces, your weapon and your armor, have to be specialized to be able to do static dungeons. And I'm very specialized in my weapon and very specialized in armor. So if you're thinking about just putting on my set and running into static dungeons, just being able to do it in low tier gear, and what I mean low tier gear is anything less than 8, or even 7. 7 still also considered semi-low. Don't expect to be able to fully be able to do it right away easily. Now, even if I put on lower tier gear, it's still the disadvantage because I'm still specialized. But still, it can be done. it's just a lot harder. So please take that into account. Like a lot of people they watch my streams or watch my videos and they think, oh, I could just wear his same gear, same set, and just go in. I'm heavily specialized in my weapon. I'm heavily specialized in my armor. So I have a lot of my leather jackets are leveled up, and my 3 base ones are already level 100. That allows me to be able to do far more. And I've spent the time grinding, leveling up, and specializing up in all those other different sets. I want to repair that one. Oh. Yay to watch your streams. Garganesh? Oh, Garganesh, I don't know if you're messaging me all over the place, but I'm pretty sure I accepted your... Yeah. Yeah, I tried going to not work. It takes a lot of practice. And even still, I die in this gear as well. Alright. Unclean items, so there's 3 items that didn't sell. See these 3 items? So out of all the things I posted for the past couple days, these 3 items did not sell. Now I could just repost them because I think they would resell if I post them up there, but I'm not even gonna waste the time. I'm just gonna or the silver to repost it. So I'm just gonna go straight to sell. Oh, that's 51,000 less. No, we'll repost that one. 12. Okay, that one's not that bad. This 29 less. We'll repost it. You should usually sell. Alright. Let's see if we can do this in lower tier gear. What kind of gear do you want me to buy? Tier 6? I actually have some pure decent in tier 6 in my house. Like me, tried going, it did not work. Yeah, doing static dungeons, it can be done. It's a lot harder. a lot harder. But it's also different than what I'm teaching in my streams. Like I was showing you how to do it in high tier gear, but you have to do it even more differently in lower tier. So right here. So we'll get a 6.2. We'll take a 6.2 nature staff. We'll take a 6.2 Helium jacket. We'll take a 6.2 Spectre's hood. And then I need some Guardian boots. We'll take a 6.2 Guardian boots, okay? Now we'll take this gear with me. And we'll even show here with the lower cape too, okay? We'll take all this gear here with me. Not considered lower, consider much lower, okay? We'll switch this up to this, like this. Make sure that's correct, that's correct. That's correct. Okay, that low enough tier gear that people can afford? Now I'm bringing in my high tier set too, just in case we run into something that I can't do. But we're gonna practice with this, and then if I die, the risk is huge, right? This is gonna be at least 300k plus worth of silver if I die in this lower tier gear because of what I'm carrying. But we're gonna carry it anyways because we want to teach that you can do this still in lower tier gear. But what matters the most is because I'm specialized in everything I'm wearing. Like I'm specialized in my leather hood, okay, Spectre hood. Like if you come over here, you look at my hoods, okay. I don't just have Spectre hood already at level 100. I also have this 100, 100, this 100, this 100. This is 20, 40, 60 extra item power. Plus I have all these leveled up as well. So my Spectre hood is level 100 before I'm going into the static dungeon. My leather, I already have Helium jacket at 106. I also have these. This is 20, 40, 60 extra item power. Plus all these are leveled up as well. But this is already level 100 before I'm doing the static. Okay? Like before you actually dive back down in And then even my boots right here, my plate boots. I'm not just wearing Guardian boots, right? I have Guardian boots level 100. I have these at 100. This is 20, 40 extra item power. Plus I have these also leveled up. This is 10 extra item power and other things, which allows Guardian boots to start at level 100 before I go down. So before you go down into the static dungeon like I'm doing, I'm already heavily specialized. So even though I'm wearing lower tier gear, my item power is much higher. So if you're looking at my total item power, my average item power is still only 1,493. So if you're looking at how much item power, I'm only at 1,493, and we'll show you how to do this. Now you have to be more careful. You have to be slower. Like I'm not going to be able to take it as fast. And you have to go down and you have to do it safely. So you're going to have to take a lot more precautions when doing it in lower tier gear. But because this question has been asked a lot in on my channel, in my chat, in my Discord, I want to showcase that you can do it. It's just, you do have to change your game style from what I'm showing in my stream. It is different. Sprint, let's go fast. And what I should do is I should rename the stream being how to do static dungeons in tier 6.2. And can it be done? Now you're gonna have to forgive me because I haven't done lower tier gear in this stuff for a very long time. So I may make some mistakes. I may die. And that's okay. It's a learning experience. I take it all as a learning experience. We'll check the top. There's no boss up there. That's fine. We'll dismount. We'll switch to our pest lizard because we know that that's going to be what we need. We're going to do our sprinting mage boots just because we want to be able to run fast. We'll switch back to the guardian boots for things that we fight. And we'll see how this goes. Alright, here's some mobs. I know I'm wearing the mage boots, but that's not gonna make a big difference. Now these mobs are not glowy. So glowy mobs are the ones that are going to matter. Now you also notice too that you have to dodge everything. And you notice I'm not using my R key. Your R key in lower tier gear is your emergency button. Your R key works more effectively when you have less hit points. I'm not even gonna pick that up for right now. Oh, there's two. Okay, we are gonna pick it up. Let's pick it up. Now, one of the things I was saying that was hardest to do is if you run into glowy mobs. I haven't seen any glowy mobs yet. But glowy mobs are definitely going to cause you trouble, and that's where you have to take it a lot more careful and a lot more cautious. Someone's been down here. That one's been down here. Now you also take note here, my torch is super specialized. Like all my offhands, someone's been down here too. It's Sunday. You're not gonna run into as many glowy mobs as okay, so here's some glowy mobs right here. So this is a mob where you would want to take, right? So here we'll put on guardian boots, so we showcase the full everything. Okay, so you have your R key, your D key, and your F key. So these three keys are your backup buttons for when you're doing low tier gears, right? 6.2, 6.2. Now we have one glowy mob, but we don't really have any glowy archers, but that's okay. We showcase how to do it, and we grab one knight, so this is a good example of what you do, okay? So you save up as much as you can. This is where you do the W key, the E key, and you go big with full hit points. Now you're tanking more. Okay? Now there's a big orange boss. I should go to him right now. We'll showcase fighting that boss as long as nobody else comes here. And you see how I'm dodging everything? I get the W key down, and I hit the R key, and there's somebody already there. So, oh, there's 2 people already there. That is a whole group. We're not going to get it. We hit the D key. And we're saving our R key still now. Now there's too many mobs. Hit the R key now. And we have an archer. The archer is going to be a problem. Again, I'm wearing lower tier gear. So what we do is we back it out. We killed off some guys. And that's okay. That's where this undead cape comes into play. Okay? Now we wait. And we give all our skills cooldown. Now I purposely grabbed more because I wanted to make my way up here to try to fight that boss, but then the other team was already there, so it's not a big deal. We're showing how to train ourselves how to do this in lower tier gear to fight mobs. Now I only cleared off a couple, and that's okay. You have to take it a lot slower in lower tier gear. I still killed off a few mobs, and that's the whole objective in lower tier gear. You can't take it slow. You can't rush to chests like I do in my higher tier gear. You have to be able to take it all slow. And then you have to practice all the mobs. See, I just barely dodged that skill and I'm still whacking him. That's important. You have to dodge every single skill. Every skill that hits you is devastating in lower tier gear. But if you dodge them all, it really is not a problem. So when I dodge, I hit the spacebar and I'm now attacking again. I dodge, I hit the spacebar, I'm attacking again. I do very minimum dodges, very minimum, and I'm doing the damage that are needed. Like that. So you have to dodge every single one. You have to be cognizant and you have to dodge it all. And if you do, you can fight them. Now I see those guys are over there still. What I want to check is I want to check and see if there's a boss over here. So it's a big purple and they can't even carry it all. That's funny. We're going to do damage. I'm going to do R key, D key. We're just focused on damage right now. The R key again. I'm not saving anything. I want to get to that chest as soon as possible because it should have unlocked already by this point. And we're just going to take whatever's there. Thank you so much, Haru Haru. Thanks for the like. Definitely helps out. Did they grab it all? Okay, they grabbed it all. What do you see right here? Lower tier gear. 6.2. We're trying to teach it. There was nothing in the back, so we're going to ignore everything over here. Icky out, we're going to go the other side. So what I should have did there is I should have had my Helion helmet on. I'm going to put my Helion helmet on now. So that I could have just ran past some else. Because I know I was trying to teach. But I could have got that boss if I had my Helion helmet on and I ran all the way to it. So we'll do sprinting again. I know it's a tier 8. I should buy a lower tier sandals. So I can showcase doing all this in lower tier gear. I have just this one just for the running. It doesn't give me that much more hit points compared to this one. See, that's 383 and this is 346, 377. So it's only a tiny bit more hit points. But I'm mainly using those ones, the sandals, just for running. Run, 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 run. And right here I'll hit the W key because I'm taking damage. Hit the E key right here. And just keep going. Alright, no bosses in the back. This is a special episode. I don't expect to get as many chests. I do expect to possibly die at least once, even wearing all this. I'm going to accept the 300,000+ in silver loss because of everything I have. But I'm doing it on purpose for education so that people can see and understand that you can come down here in lower tier gear, but you have to be specialized. So if you're not specialized, like how I am, you have to go at least one more tier higher than what I'm wearing, right? So to equivalent to make up for all this that I'm specialized in, you would have to buy, instead of a 6.2, a 6.3 to do exactly what I'm doing. Now I'm purposely wearing most of all 6.2. So if you were going to even attempt to do what I'm doing down here, you would want to go 6.3 to make up for the specialization that I have. Because that's all the specialization does. It just gives you one more tier higher. Now roast pork just went off, so I'm going to roast pork again. W key, E key, R key even right now. Just keep going. This is where I know I have to sprint past all this. I have to drop aggro here. So you have to be a lot more cautious. My rotation's different. And I have to be more cautious. So right here I stop, I can W key, E key again. Get my health bite back. I know everything's on cooldown. That's okay. I'm sitting in a safe spot before I can make the next run. Now I have my 1 key right here on my butt, my finger's on it in case I need it. And I know where I need to go next time because my D key is down. I still have my undead cape, but I don't want my undead cape to pop. So you have to watch all your cooldowns in lower tier gear. This is where I now can run. I'm gonna run. No bosses, no chest. That's okay. With W key now, E key. W key allows me to take a little bit more damage. With D key, drop right here. And you have to take it slower. Now you see how there's no bosses here? That's okay, we'll go out. Now the question was, can I do a faction outpost in this gear? The answer is yes. We made it out. Okay, good. Still gonna cough drop here real quick. Alright, no bosses up top. Can I do a faction outpost, which I don't even know. Okay, no, there's no faction outpost over there. Faction outpost is over here. Now there's a whole bunch of Thetford guys here. You see this blob? That would be dangerous to try to do this in lower tier gear with a blob moving away, moving like this. Let's check faction warfare. I haven't even looked today. This is not really worth doing too much because there's no stars. They're making their way over here. Now the reason why Thetford's over here, when they capture these two, if Thetford comes over here and captures this like this, it cuts off this assault team. So you see these people doing this? They can't cap towers anymore if Thetford takes... it's kind of like chess, takes this one and this one. Once they cut you off here, all these people over here can't do anything anymore. So this is why Thetford's purposely trying to cut them off right here. That's why they're attacking. So when smart Liu, I would put on my higher tier gear, come over here and mess with these people over here. I don't really want to... well, should I do that? We'll ask the people on the chat. Go mess with these guys? Or come over here and keep fighting? I'd probably be doing this all solo. That's a lot of people though. It's got to be 10 or more. And if nobody tells me, I'm just going to run back in and get chests because... do it, is what he says. Okay, we'll try it. We'll give it a shot. If it's a lost cause and there's too many, I'm not going to do it. Like if there's more than... if there's a huge group, so more than 10...
Your time is fleeting.
Key. I'm gonna die. Key. I have the boss on me at the same time. We're gonna go the F key now. W key. R key. The boss is still on me. He has a healer. That's why I know I'm gonna die, because he has a high tier healer there. Finally have teammates coming. This is good. I need to change my W key to something else, but I was going for more tanky. We got one. He's running away. Or not, he's coming to fight. Putting it in front of him. Beat the key. Snare him if he is there. There he is. So it snared him, so he got stuck for a little bit. Now he's running away again. We're gonna go big. He's still running, he's still running. Okay, good, he caught him. Alright, we'll check his gear too. So he is in decent high gear. Snare him again. Okay, good, he's gone. So luckily teammates came. Was having a little bit of, I mean, I wouldn't have died right away. I would have been able to last decently long. Now he has invincible on. We're gonna put this right here. Okay. Hi, kid. You can. Go get your computer. W key, R key, D key. I know they went off to go PvP, but I'm gonna take the boss. I'm gonna entice this other player to come. Q key, E key now. Oh, I should have did W than E key. Okay, he's coming to fight. What's he wearing? He's not in high tier gear. I didn't mean to do that. That's okay. W key, E key, R key. With the one potion now, we'll walk back this way. We're gonna die, I already know it. It's no big deal. I messed it up, so I should have hit heal. I should have went big first and then went in. But I panicked and I didn't actually go big fast enough. I went big when I already had low hit points. So normally you want to go big before you have everything down. And then I didn't hit the R key fast enough. So. And then I'm not in a full damage set. So I should be in the damage set to take them down like this. Here, let's just see what the repair bill is going to cost. So 276,000. Pay the bill. Oh, it spawned me all the way up here. I shouldn't have stayed on the faction boss. I should have went off with the other team to go. I knew there was a big mob coming. Plus, I'm wearing a shield and not my torch. So the cooldowns for PvP. I haven't done much PvP. I actually have done no PvP in the shield. So cooldowns are going to be a lot less. So it's a lot harder. But when you're fighting huge masses like that, well, I was only fighting 2 guys, but with the faction boss on you as well, when I'm not wearing my normal sets, normally I'm always wearing the torch, especially in PvP. So I have different cooldown rates, and I don't even have my tier 8 torch with me. So cooldown rates, attack rates are a lot different for me, which is why I was practicing down the dungeon even having a shield in the first place. Oh, our silver's still there. We'll grab it. Not that much. So, I know people say when you die in the blue zone, yellow zone, you don't lose anything, but you do lose silver, right? 270,000 in silver. That's more than you're ever going to walk in with normally in the black zone or red zone. Like if you take all your gear into account, right? You run in with tier 6 gear, or you run in with tier 4, 4.3, whatever. My 200,000 silver loss is more than whatever you lost in the black zone or the red zone. So people say that if you don't lose anything, you do lose. It just doesn't seem as much. Okay, so the main reason what we're doing here is we're practicing with lower tier gear. I expected to die in that PvP. That was no surprise to me. That was a lost cause to fight a big group like that. And I accept the loss because that was the plan to do. So we'll put back on our lower tier gear. Now I know I have the mage's boots just for sprinting. So we'll sprint, sprint, sprint. Sprint, sprint, sprint now. W key, E key. The other thing in PvP too, which I'm noticing, or for the experience, because I've never done it with this W key. I've always done it with this one right here, Bramble Seed. So that was another thing in PvP that I wasn't used to as well. This is true, Binarius. Oh, I don't know. I know. I want to go southwest. The difference is you lose it to other people's hand, and it's annoying to think about. Hi, MCUX SVG Dev. This is true. I guess it's more entertaining for you to lose all your gear to another player than to just lose up straight up silver to the system. But I mean, it's still player versus player. It's still engagement, and it's a different type of player versus player, right? And everyone's, I know a lot of people will say, oh, you're in higher tier gear and everything. Even in higher tier gear compared to lower tier gear, if you don't play it right and you haven't mastered your skills, even just 2 players can take you down. Because I wasn't in my normal set. I didn't have my torch. I had a shield. I didn't have my normal Bramble Seed on. I had Protection of Nature on. Because I was trying out different skills. So if you have the wrong skills equipped, 2 players can take you out very easily. I don't even have my Helion helmet on, so this is going to be an interesting run. W key here, E key here. Those bats are there. I don't like those bats. The D key right now. It cloaked it. That's fine. We're going to face this knight. W key, R key. E key now. Try to get some of our hit points back. Dodge that a little bit. Okay, now. Now he's doing a lot of damage. I'm in a lower tier gear. So we're going to W key now. I know everything's still on cooldown. We're trying to do as much damage as we can to him. We have to dodge this. With the R key now. E key. It just barely got him in lower tier gear. But you see, it can be done. Now I know I have the tier 8 boots. We're going to switch to this one. I'm going to put the Helion helmet on. Okay. Now I don't have any sprint. I know I have these ones right here, so we're going to go big. Mobs are harder than yellow boss. Yeah, mobs are harder than a yellow boss. Now you see here's a player, which is not good because I'm in lower tier gear. I'm in much lower tier gear, so I'm going to die again, so there's another loss. That's to be expected. There'll be somebody down here that first making their way. I was just trying to look for bosses and stuff. So there's another loss, right? And you just accept the losses. There's another 250. So this total is 259,000 with all that. So when you die in this gear right here, it's actually costs a lot less if I didn't have all this with me. So I'm in looks like I'm in Karen Gorm now. How far did it push me? It literally pushed me over here instead of over here. So I'm in Karen Gorm, and I was in Penuchev. I was right in here. And that's where Thetford's is. So normally I don't do what I'm doing here. Like if I know Thetford's going to be over there and there was a huge mob, I'd be in my high tier gear going down there. I was just trying to showcase it. So we're literally down 500,000. Try lower tier gear in Russell-Dale. Now that is definitely where I wouldn't want to be wearing lower tier gear in Russell-Dale. I would be wearing higher tier gear. So if you're going to do this lower tier gear thing, You should probably only do it in Mara Gorge, not Penucha. And nor would you want to do it in Wrestledale. But the question was, can you do it? Yes, as you can see, because they can fight the mobs. Wrestledale you still run into Limhurst guys. But I like the suggestion, so we're gonna go do it anyways. Don't hope I get cursed, Your opinion on Shadow Color versus Nature Staffs. So my opinion versus Shadow Color versus Nature Staff is if you're specialized in Shadow Color, Shadow Color will do more damage than Nature Staff in PvP. Hands down. Shadow Color is great at doing damage, period, because it puts dots, does damage over time. It's great for that. Nature Staff allows you to have utility to do other things. The main reason why I say Nature Staff other things is if you wanted to be a healer. It's not great at doing damage in PvP, Nature Staff. But versus a static, when I say static, like somebody standing still like this, so a boss or non-player character PvE type of monsters, Nature Staff does great damage to a target that's not moving. But a target that's moving, Nature Staff is horrible. Absolutely horrible doing it because it's all skill shots and you have to land every single skill shot to be able to do damage. So for damage wise, Nature Staff fails compared to Shadow Color. But a Shadow Color cannot switch instantly to do healing. A Shadow Color also doesn't have any snares. What I mean by snares is this E key right here. If you have enough thorns on somebody, you can snare a group of people. So it's great as a team fight. So if you're fighting with a bunch of team members, one other person, several other people, you can put thorns down, you can snare somebody right at the critical moment and stop them so your teammate can take them down. Where Shadow Color can do damage, but you'd have no real snares. So there really is just, and also it's not just snaring, you also heal your teammates. So the heal right here is only small, 274 right there. But this heal right here on my tier 8.4 is 345, but it's actually more, so it's around 400 something hit points that you heal 5 other teammates. So it's more of a team fight. The Nature Staff is a team type of weapon compared to Shadow Color is better for running around solo to just do damage. And if you only plan to do damage, then Curse Staff would probably work great. I don't even know. I think this is... I don't know where I'm going. I want to go back to Thetford and I want to make my way all the way to Wrestledale because that was his suggestion. If you mess up with the Shadow Color, you will get knocked down. You can get knocked down as well inside the Nature Staff as well, as you can see. When I'm wearing lower tier gear, you can get knocked down as well. Let's put on I know I'm running back with the Lizard. I should run back with the Snow Husky. Yeah, I've seen 8.4s go down too. It really depends. It really depends on who you're playing with, right? Or how you're playing and how you're actually playing the build. Alright, for the purpose of this Wrestledale, because I plan to die, let's drop all this stuff off. The plan is, I'm going to go down. We're going to take these with me. And we're going to put this in here too. We'll buy some lower level mail. What does my mage boots out? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? This way we'll cut on the cost bill down a little bit more. Okay, so I'm still leveling mage sandals, so we'll buy some tier 8.2 mage sandals. So literally we're going to run around with lower tier gear. We'll make one sweep around Malwar Gorge, and then we'll make around to Wrestledale. Because we do want to make back that 500,000 we just lost as best we can. Alright, so we want to buy some mage sandals. We want it to be 6.2. And on the masterpiece, look. We'll do excellent. Mages, sandals. There we go. These ones right here. Perfect.
Made a profit?
All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Here we go. All low tier gear in a sense. Only 6.2. It depends what kind of content you want to do, Tobias J. Vinzenberg. If you ever plan to go into the black zone, you may have more fun with Curse Staff. If you plan to do if you plan to do team content, Nature Staff is more fun, in my own personal opinion. But Nature Staff is not good at going into black zone or red zone by yourself solo. So if you're a solo player, Nature Staff in the black zone and red zone is not fun. As a Curse Staff, it is kind of fun, I think, because you can take down other players in black and with all the dots and all the damage over time. But Nature Staff in the black zone as a solo player is not fun for me. It may be fun for some people, but it's not fun for me. From bank straight to market from inside. No need to go outside first. Really? Binarius. I didn't know that. That's a change. It's a change and or it's maybe been there and I've never noticed that. But thank you for letting me know that. From the bank straight to the marketplace. Okay, here's a bigger mob. Let's see if we can do this in all this lower tier gear. Again, I haven't practiced this in a long time. So right here, when he screams, you got to sprint. I still get hit by both of them like a silly person. In fact, we're not going to be able to get this one. I can already tell. Too many mobs. So this is where the Helion helmet comes into play. We're going to come and come and come. We're going to drop aggro right here. Now I cape still, so that's not good. So I don't have my cape anymore. We're going to grab one knight with the W key, E key. And I'm now going to be fighting this one mob, and you have to be able to take it. So this is lower tier gear, and I have to be a lot more careful. Now I may fail still, but that's where I have a potion. So I'm going to have my potion on hand, just in case I need it. I think we still got it. Okay? So when you're in lower tier gear, you can't do what I was doing if you've watched on my previous streams. Purposely put on lower tier gear for those that are just joining, and I'm purposely trying to come down here to get past. And the glowy mobs, you're going to have to skip a lot of the glowy mobs. You can't fight all of them. It's purposely just boss hunting and chest hunting. There's no chest, no bosses there. Your D key is so you can run away. So you see how the Helion helmet's right huge in doing this? Yeah, if you don't like the black zone and the red zone, and you like to do what I'm doing, where you have a little bit more survivability compared to the Shadow Caller, then Nature Staff may be the type of gameplay. If you're enjoying watching my streams, you're enjoying the content that I'm doing, then maybe Nature Staff might be something you want to do. Okay, there is a boss back there. So I'm going to show you how to get to that boss and do that boss. See, I'm in all lower tier gear. I've not a single piece of higher tier gear on me. And we're going to run. W key now, E key here. Keep going. And right here, right in the middle, we're going to drop aggro right here. And we're going to take it one more step forward. And we'll wait right here. Okay, now we're going to put on the Guardian boots. And this with the Spectre hood. So you can see, this is the build that a lot of people are trying to copy. And a lot of people are always like, can I do it in lower tier gear? Can you fight a boss? Yes, just remember that I am specialized. So instead of tier 6.2, you would have to be in tier 6.3 to even come close to what I'm doing, right? I'm heavily specialized in nature. I'm specialized in leather hoods. I'm specialized in leather jackets. I'm specialized in plate boots. So in order to even come close to copying what you're seeing here, it has to be 6.3. if you're not specialized. If you're specialized like me, then you could do it in 6.2. You could probably even do it in less gear as well. So you could probably do 6.1 or even in just 6. Just know that the more tiers you go down, the harder the battle would be. Now you can see here, I can even do this whole battle without the R key and the D key, but I hit the R key now and hit the D key now. And I usually save my RD and my F key for way, way later. When you see this yellow boss, real easy to take out. And then as a player that's just getting out, you get all this fame, right? You get the 32,000 fame, you're leveling up all these other weapons, all these other skills. And you can sit here and you can camp this boss here. So if you're willing to wait every 15 minutes, you can literally just sit right here and wait for the boss to come back and then get another 32,000 fame. Okay, now the hard part is trying to get this type of chest right here. See, if you're trying, and remember how I've said in a lot of my previous streams, if you're trying to get these chests right here, the time to effort is huge. And if you're trying to do the time to effort with even just this type of gear, this will take me who knows how long. So just like SVG Dev, yeah, you can do yellow bosses in 4.2. You can even do yellow bosses in 0.4. It's getting to the yellow bosses in a static dungeon down here is where I would say you would want to wear the at least tier 6 gear. And the main reason why I wear tier 6 gear, at least it's 6 years gear, is so that I can get the other skills for the nature staff. Now I'm over here talking and not doing. So you hit the R key now and the D key, so W and then E. And you see how you lower hit points? Your R key is only when you're at lower hit points. Your F key right here is only when you're at higher hit points. So when you see how I'm at much lower hit points, that's when you pop your R key. The reason why the R key with the healing jacket is the lower hit points you have, you see it when I'm at 20% hit points, I do more damage. W key, E key now. We'll go big. Now I know I went big at the wrong time because you want to go big when you have more hit points. So usually I start off with going big, but you can see right here, I didn't panic and I did all the things and I didn't do them right away. You have to save them in lower tier gear. But just like MCUS SVG Dev, you can do yellow bosses in tier 4. You can even do yellow bosses, tier 4.2. I've done yellow bosses in tier 4. It's getting to the bosses that make it a lot harder in the static dungeon. But you can see right here, lower tier gear, you can clear out the mobs. It takes longer, it's more difficult. It takes patience and time. You won't be able to do the same thing I'm doing, but it is possible. And just like he said before, mobs are a lot harder than bosses. A yellow boss, anyways. Another reason why I'm wearing 6.2 is so you can solo an actual red boss. So red boss is soloable in 6.2 for me, or in most cases for people that are not specialized 6.3. It takes practice to solo a big red boss in 6.2, 6.3. You can probably do it even in lower gear as well. It is very difficult. I don't practice anything lower than 6 because tier 6 with a one-headed weapon unlocks all of the categories instead of only having a few. So I get minimum at least tier 6. So if you notice, if you buy a nature staff and you buy anything less than a tier 6, these 2 other slots will stay locked. You won't exist. So if you watch some of my previous streams, MCUS SVG Dev, I actually get a whole bunch of different red bosses on live stream. Red bosses are definitely something I've never been able to do in tier 4 or even tier 5. Solo, as a solo player. I'm sure I could, I've never attempted it. Because every time I see a red boss, I usually put on my highest tier gear so that I can do it in one attempt. Because red bosses are a lot difficult. Now we're purposely taking the time to effort to do this. Sorry if it's boring for some. But I'm purposely showing that you can do this in lower tier gear. Again, for those that are just joining, because I know people are joining. We bought lower tier gear. We're showing how to get to a chest and bosses in lower tier gear in static tier 4. And you see how I'm pulling? Now this mob is a little too big, so we'll pull back even further. And now we have just this guy right here. You see this one? And this mob is from that section right there. This is what we do is it's kind of a pull tactic. And see how we've dropped everything else and we have just this guy? And you just fight one mob at a time and you take it nice and slow. Okay, we grab some more mobs. The W key, E key, R key now because I have lower hit points. This might be one where we have to actually go back. So we're going to drop mobs now. Okay. See how it failed? So now we know that the archer in the back and the mage in the back. The archer and the mage do tons of damage. So I have to think of which one do I want to fight first. Do I want the mage first or do I want the archer first? Now you notice the archer's further back. So we probably want to kill the mage first. So we're going to wait for some of our cooldowns. We're going to be patient. We're not going to rush it. Why not solo group dungeons using your main gear? Because I've had a lot of questions of people wanting me to do this. So I'm just teaching. After this chest, we may go back to our main gear. I know this also suggestion also was to go to Wrestledale. I don't know how much time I have to actually play. Let me get the clock right now. I don't have a ton of time to play, but we're showcasing this. We're showcasing, can this be done in lower tier gear? The answer is yes. So this is where we're going to go big now. And more hit points. W key, E key right here. We're focusing down the Frostweaver. We do the R key now, D key. The only person I'm trying to get rid of is the Frostweaver. I'm not caring about any other mobs right now. W key, R key. Once the Frostweaver is gone, then we're going to try for the archer. If we don't get the archer, that is fine. We back it out. So we get with our undead cape cloak, and that's fine. We took down one mob. Okay? And this is all lower tier gear. And so it's a long, slow process to go back and forth in lower tier gear. Because this and the reason binary is why I'm not doing it in my main gear. Is the question was, can you do this in lower tier gear? You can't, and I'm purposely pulling one of the hardest type of chests that you can get. And can you do it? So if you can do this, and you're trying to replicate what I'm doing with my gear, it can be done. And this is one of the harder pulls for a chest to get. Now we killed off one mob. Now the next mob we were trying to aim for is just the archer. We pull it back just far enough, and we just want the archer. That's the only goal here, is just to take out the archer. R key, D key. Pull big here. Now I pulled way too many mobs, so we back it all the way out. So it accidentally pulled these mobs right there. Now you see right here, there's people coming. Again. Because this is like a ghost pull type of thing. And we were able to pull just the knight. Which is nice, so we don't have to worry about the archer or the summons. And we fight this guy right here. A ghost pull is where the mobs are running back and you damage a mob that's a part of the actual group, and so one of them come out. Now you can do this for bosses too. I've done a lot of practices in group dungeons of doing that. And you just have to take it a lot slower. See right here now that the mobs are coming because I walked a little too close. That's okay. We're taking out just the one mob, and then there will only be an archer left. An archer and the two summons. Alright, now we killed the mob. We can drop off these summon guys. Now we can go kill one of the summon things. So then my goal is the summon thing and the archer if we can. W key, E key. Grab the big knight. But I'm really just trying to kill off the summon. I know I got muted. Ah. 50 minutes. Now here's another problem too. You see my escape? The guys respawned on me. So you have to clear off your escape route. So you have to clear. And now there's a boss back there. So we're actually going to go for that. See the time to effort to get that? Huge. Not worth it. Now I know I don't have undead cape, so we have to do cotton candy on the invisibility potion. Meaning I need it if I need it. And we're going to run. And we're going to go for that yellow boss. W key now, E key, R key. Just keep running. We're gonna try to drop aggro right here. Ow, we're pushing it. W key now, E key. Wait for cooldowns. Just have to take it slower. The reboot spawn timer is between 50 minutes and an hour and a half. So it can spawn anywhere between 50 minutes and an hour and a half. But they normally spawn on routine every 50 minutes. Now the thing that changes the spawn times, which I've noticed, is if the undead forces are rallying, that can change the timer to 30 minutes. So that makes it so it's randomized. So they purposely did that, the developers. We're going to sprint. We're going to run to a spot where we know we can drop all aggro, which is literally right here in this corner, right like there. You're going to drop all aggro. We're going to put back on this and this. We're going to wait for the timers. And then we're going to attempt to do this boss. And then this chest is far easier than that chest. So we can get this boss in this chest in this lower tier gear. You can see it can be done, but it has to be done a lot slower. Now the mage is the main point here. So we're fighting this mage, focusing the mage. W key, E key. We'll use the F key now. This is the rotation I'd actually normally like to do. Just I haven't done it because I haven't been wearing my torch for so long. Now we hit the R key now, hit the D key. This is the proper rotation for this build. So W key, R key again. Hit the E key. I got interrupted, so we won't be able to. W key. And it's okay if we don't get them all. We got some. That's the main focus. It just cloaked. Now we run back over here in the cloak, and we get to our spot where we can have it. We got most of the mobs. You see how he has the pattern on the back? He's actually a glowy mage. So you have to be careful. That pattern on the back is a glowy mage type of guy. Now that most of the mobs are gone, just one mage, we can fight the boss. And we want to fight the boss so other people don't see this big yellow mark. So now that most of the cooldowns are down, we're going to fight this yellow boss. Now the boss is easy in comparison to what we just did. Now I'm going to make it out. W key, E key. R key now just for damage. With D key for refresh. W key again, E key, R key. And then the boss is down. Okay? Now there's just the mage. To get the mage, even though he's there, you all you have to do is touch the chest. And make the mage move over here, and you're fine. Now let it touch the chest. I didn't pull those other guys. I only pulled the mobs that are linked to the chest. And for me, I know the mage is the one that's linked to it, so. Now he is a glowy mage, so he's kind of just the same thing like another boss. And I didn't want to fight two of them at the same time. You could. I'm just showcasing how to be safe, how to do it in lower tier gear, and can it be done. And you see it's much slower than wearing my high tier main gear and doing this. And we get a blue chest. 175. Okay, Now we're going over here, we'll put the healing back on, we'll put some sprinting on. And we're going to run to this chest and we're going to get this chest. But you notice I'm playing it a lot safer. It's a lot different type of gameplay in lower tier gear. We'll touch these guys before we sprint, and we sprint now. W key, those mages, see how much damage the mages do even without abilities. R key now. Run, 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 run as best we can. We can hit D key right here. And now we switch back to the gear we want to do this in. Do I usually do this? Yes, I usually do this. This is how I make all my money. I don't play in the black zone. I don't play in the red zone. I showcase how to do these spawns, where are the safe spots to be. I showcase as many chest spawns and boss spawns as I can. I show fighting red bosses, big huge red bosses, orange bosses. I show opening legendary chests on my live streams. But I normally do it in my normal gear. But the main reason I'm doing this in this lower tier gear on purpose is because I got asked so many times, can I do this? Can I copy your build? Can I do it in lower tier gear? And the answer is yes. Exactly what I'm doing. This is everything that I do, but in 6.2. Which I believe people can afford 6.2 usually. If you can't afford 6.2, do other content till you can afford it. Now you see this knight right here? See how I was waiting? I only pulled 2. You don't rush. Now the bigger threat right here is the mage, not the swordsman. Even though the swordsman glowy, I don't care. The mage is the only goal here. The only goal is the mage, to take down the mage. The swordsman is not a big deal. W key, E key. Now I know I can do it. I'm just trying to say, like, if you're doing this by yourself and you're panicking and whatnot, don't panic. Just fight it. Now I hit the R key because I'm at lower hit points. D key now. Again, I'm only focusing on the mage. I'm doing damage to the knight too because I think I can take both of them now. Now I'm at low hit points again. This is where you pop the R key again to do more damage. Hit the E key. We'll go big. Take more damage. You don't ever save it when you're fighting a glowy mob. We'll wait till we're small again, and then when we're small, we hit the W key. My low tier gear is higher tier gear for you. Yeah, if you're not in the tier 6 gear, tier 6.2 or 6.3, depending on if you're specialized or not, then doing what I'm doing here becomes even harder. It can still be done, but it is even harder than what I'm doing here. Because you see how slow I'm taking? Because if you watch a lot of my previous streams, you'll see I do this all in 8.4, 8.3 gear. And I just run through it and I speed through it like it's nothing. When you're in lower tier gear, you see how much slower I take it? I take it slow. I take it very slow. And I'm cautious because I don't even want, I'm practiced. Just think of it, and I always say this to people in my streams as well as all my videos. Everything I do is practice for the game. And you don't have to succeed every single time. And I even showcase too, if I die even in higher tier gear and it costs me a whole bunch of silver, it costs me 500,000 silver to learn from experience, then I accept those losses. And I move on. And I just keep playing. Yes, I am on the US West server, MCUX SVG Dev. I am on the US West server. I almost always only play in Fort Sterling. So those are the 2 caveats is you have to be on the US West, you have to be in Fort Sterling, and I have to know who you are through either my streams, or you have to either join my Discord channel or message me through your stream what your game name is. Oh, is this you right here? MCUX SVG Dev? Alright, we'll accept. Perfect. You're welcome. Now please be aware, Albion Online is not my main game. MCUX SVG Dev. This is just a game that I stream in the morning for people. I play a lot of different games. I have a lot of different games on my stream. But yeah, I welcome anybody that wants to play. So anybody that's watching this stream and wanted to learn, can you do this in lower tier gear? That is how you do it. Okay? And I'm going to see if I can cut this section out and put it into normal content so that people can see that it can be done in not tier 8.3. I'm not as it should stop saying lower tier gear. In not tier 8.3 gear. It can be done in 6.2. Or in my case, because I'm specialized, it's basically 6.3. It can be done. You can do it in even lower gear. You can do it in tier 5. I don't enjoy doing it in tier 5 because it's even slower, but it also can be done in tier 5. Okay? 5.3, 5.2, you can still do what I just did, but it's even slower. It's even longer. And you have to be more cautious. So hopefully that answers everybody's question, and that it doesn't have to be asked so many times. Can this be done in lower tier gear? Yes. It's much slower. Expect to not get every chest. Expect other players to come in and steal the chest from you. Don't get frustrated. Just take everything you do as practice, and once you learn how to do it, you can do it. And you're welcome, AKKU. And can you do this in other gear? Yes. You don't have to copy Nature Staff. You can do the same thing I did with an axe. You can do the same thing I did with a curse staff. You just have to be careful. You have to be slow. You have to be meticulous. And you have to count on that you will go down multiple times, and you will lose silver in the beginning. Okay, I promise you this. If you did what I just did, even though I know I showed and I made it look, maybe it look easy to some people, do not expect to do it on your first attempt. Do not expect to do it on your first 30 attempts. Like, just have a plan, have a budget. Your budget is you're gonna you're gonna learn static dungeons. You're gonna spend the best time you can to learn it. You have a 30 time death. Like you plan to die 30 times. And whatever the budget is, just count that as, I already know I'm going to lose that much silver, but I'm going to go down to the aesthetic dungeon by myself, solo, in tier 6 gear or tier 5 gear, whatever you can afford. And you're going to practice, and you're going to learn to do it. But your budget is 30 deaths. If you die 30 times and you still can't do it, level up first and practice whatever gear you're planning to use, and then attempt it again when you've gotten enough skill. I don't want to sell that. I want to keep that.
My pleasure.
Okay? Hopefully that gives everyone a good idea. And when I say level up, I literally mean specialize. Like if you're planning to do it with my set, level up all your other leather hoods, right? Level up all your other things and practice. Not doing it on the inside, because I know I showed the inside, right? Practice on the outside. All my practice that I came from to doing this is I run the tower. So I run this tower, this tower, this tower. Then I run the boss. Run tower, 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 then boss. And I just fight all these mobs over and over and over again to learn all of their different rotations. Because if you can't do it after 30 deaths with the gear I have and also watching my streams and learning from it, then you need more experience in the type of gear that you're wearing, whatever it is that you're wearing, to be able to do what I just did. Those are my suggestions. And it's just my own personal opinion. So if you don't like my opinion, that's okay, but hopefully that teaches people. Now I'm not gonna wear this set anymore. We're gonna actually put on our main set. And we're gonna go put this back at our house. And in fact, you know what we need to do? I haven't done my farming for 2 days, so we're gonna run over here. And I know we're going to teach farming this next thing, so we're going to go over here, we're going to buy pork pie. Farming is for people that are already rich. I know I have videos on that as well. So unless you already have millions of silver, and I literally made millions of silver, farming may not be for you. Because it costs a lot of money. And millions of silver also includes, you should also have premium before farming too. Without premium, it costs you a ton of money. Now we're going to dump all this tier 6 back in here. We're going to wear our main set. I don't know what I just did. Put that back in the box. I want to dump that as well. Now you notice I was doing with a torch. My torch is my main weapon right here. So we'll grab my torch again because I was just practicing this to play with other players because this increases my threat generation by 88%. So as I having streamer people that are watching my stream, so viewers, I was just practicing with my shield. This is not my main weapon. My main weapon is a torch. I always wear a torch. But this was just to practice because the cooldowns were different, the damage was different, the skills were different. I wanted to practice to be able to use it. But what I have learned and memorized the most is with the torch. So please be aware that if you're really trying to fully copy my build, it's torch is my main weapon. And when I PvP, I almost always have a torch, not the facebreaker, because this doesn't do as much damage for PvP. In PvP, the torch will do more damage for me. And I have a bunch of other stuff as well, but that's what I like to wear. Now, obviously, I had a bunch of other things like the Helion helmet, and I can't even remember what else I had. I had my mage's boot. Oh, there we go. I was literally forgetting. That's my set right there, and I'm just holding this one in case I play with other people or people or viewers. Now I need to do the farming again. I haven't done this in a while, so we're going to go over here. We're going to equip the pork pie. We're going to eat the pork pie. You can watch a show here, kid. You're trying to what with the treasure chest? And you see right here, I have 20,000 focus points. So if I waited one more day, I'd get the max 30,000. But I need to do more farming because I haven't done my farming in 2 days. Now, obviously, you want to do your farming every day. But time doesn't always permit me to play as much. I am a working dad, right? My kid's right here. So I work. I take care of my kid. My kid never went to daycare. He is going to preschool right now. So I only can play when I can. I can stream when I can. So if you notice it, a lot of my streams sometimes fluctuate. My gameplay fluctuates and other things. I don't always just play one single game. I'm just a regular ordinary working dad. I play what I like and do what I like. So my Albion Online, none of it is paid for. I bought all my premium with silver. So I paid the 23 million silver to go 30 days of premium again. And I only go premium if I can farm enough silver to do it. And I don't do black zones and I don't do red zones. The only time I go into the red zone is to do bandit assault. And this is the type of content that I make. And then for farming, I know a lot of people, like at the beginning I didn't do my farming and showcase my farming because I didn't think people wanted to learn and know how to do it because it was maybe kind of boring or simple. But if you're here to see my comment and stuff like that, I know I'm doing the farming because I have to do it. Which build you go with in Bandit? Whatever I want to level up. So in Bandit Assault, I usually, when I have my gear here, right here, I'll show you. I just, whatever I want to level up, but I kind of run with, I was leveling up my nature staffs and everything else. So for Bandit, I would come over here and I would have a build just for it. And I would do like a new red and I would equip this. And I would probably go in with something like this, right? Tier 6.1, Mage Coil if I want to love Mage Coil. I go in with nature staff sometimes, or I pull in something else, like maybe I pull in a holy staff. And then I want to level cleric's robes and sandals. But I go in as a healer. I just do outposts. And then instead of this right here, I'd go in with the Swift Claw. So you'd go in with something like this. This would be the build. Just one roast pork, one invisibility potion, I would dump all the rest. 1 or 2 invisibility potions, and then I would go in with this. This is what I would run in. Move over my main gear. And I have several of the pest lizards. You're welcome. Dump that. I'll dump this. I'll grab some more corn. Dump the piglets. Okay. Now I need enough corn to be able to feed my cows. Feed my cows. And the main reason why I have cows, milk, and everything else. Now I have another video as well that explains farming for and why I chose to do the farming that I did. Because I mainly want to do roast pork, so I can build and make it. Now I do want to actually focus my pigs because pigs are expensive. Now it cost me a whole lot more focus points, but it's been going down because I've been leveling up my pigs. Forget your show. Alright, now what we're going to do here is we're going to come over here and we'll grab a stack of pork, we'll grab a stack of milk, and we'll grab some corn. And because I know this weight is super heavy, I'm going to grab my cow. And we're going to go craft some roast pork. So first we're going to butcher some pigs.
Nothing I can't chop. From cute to tasty.
And then we'll come over here and we'll craft some roast pork.
Have you tried my latest
110 of it. Hey kid. And I'm at level 61. I actually really enjoy farming. It's just relaxing. I have 5 max islands and 3 in the Hermes and 2. Wow, that's a lot. Alright, now the main reason why I can't craft anymore on Ghost 110 is because see here, he doesn't have enough food. And I know he likes roast pork the most, but we're going to split this in half and we're going to feed him some food. To get him some food back up. Now that he has food buff, we can now craft 50 more and we'll craft the rest. The main reason I'm even crafting is so that I have more space, because my chest is already full. And then I have a whole bunch of roast pork that I can use for myself for when I need. Now I have a whole 105 more roast pork. That one lasts me a good long time. We'll come over here, we'll dump our roast pork in here. You can see right here I have a stack of 903. And the chest is almost completely full. But this is where we're going to dump the rest of this in here. And re-equip this. What? The upgraded costs will cost twice as much? I don't want to go to that island. It's going to cost me money. I want to go to this island.
Let's go.
I think having 3 maxed islands is good for the amount of focus points you get. So it's literally about 10,000 focus points that you would use up for just 3 islands with 5 slots and a high level skill per day if you're farming every single day. Yes, kid? What was your dream about? Okay, come here. Tell me. Tell me about your bad dream. Really? So binary is saying there, yes, I think for level 5 or 6 it will cost 8 million. And you'll have 16 plots of land. That'll be interesting.
Looking for safe passage? Here!
Sorry, my kid kept talking to me about his personal stuff and his dreams. And I'm sorry for all the background noise as well. If you can hear all that. But yeah, islands being level 5 to level 6, costing that much more, that sounds like a lot of... Listen to the fans. More farming. But also very expensive. So you have to be rich in order to farm. But that aside, how's everybody's day going? And thank you for spending the time your Sunday morning watching my stream for those that have stayed this long and watched this long. My nose started going all funny and then it didn't start going in my lungs. My left ear is still clogged. It's not as bad as what, like, I don't feel like I'm underwater anymore, but I can feel like, you know, there's still pressure there. And I think it also went to my right ear, but then, so right after I got sick, and then now I have an ear infection. But it's getting better. Definitely getting better. It's just taking time.
Here.
You found your computer. Yeah. Thank you for the get well soon wishes. I hope to get better soon too.
That more with the and it have button on the
Haru, your country is there. It's 10 p.m. for you. Oh, oh.
all the buttons right there. Right there.
Okay, push the button. You want me to put it on my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, there. I remoted into your computer. Are you happier now?
Yay! I got.
Anyways, I don't normally water every single spot, but I am because I have the extra focus points. And think I'm in my island. In Myanmar.
Ready to leave?
Myanmar. I don't even know where that is. I'm ignorant of my own geographical area. And I apologize.
Up on.
I've never been good at geography or anything like that. So I never know where anything is. Alright, dump all this in here. In Asia. I can't carry any more weight. Alright, let's... We'll take that. I want to have at least that much roast pork in there. We'll dump the rest in there. I get rid of my cow. Unfaction flag. I do know China, but I don't know everywhere. I don't know where in China. China's big. China is very big.
Welcome, traveler. Get on.
Just a normal Sunday at noon. The weather is so hot, I was lazy to go outside. Now at night it's just finished raining and it's cold. Indonesia. You know, that sounds a lot like Hawaii weather. In Hawaii, it's literally can rain, can be cold, can be hot. I seem to get a lot of people from the eastern countries. Or wherever it is, not from the United States. But thank you all for watching and watching my streams and sticking around. Cabbage seed. I need at least 2. Potato seeds, I need at least 2. Not my potatoes. Not my cabbages. Drink some water here.
Where you headed?
One last item.
Let's go.
India. My grandmother is from India. That's what he's saying. We're just reading the Howard said my grandmother is from India, but all my family live in Myanmar. You're gonna make me have to Google where all these things are, because I have no idea still. I mean, I have a rough idea. Right? I know where China is. I know where India is. I have no idea where those individual places are. All these spots. Normally I skip that right there and I only just water 7 spots. So the 7 spots I normally water. As I come over here and we'll do this. So we do corner, side, middle, corner, side, and then that's it. Now for obviously gathering, but when I'm planting them for watering, I don't water all 9 spots, just water 7, just to save time. It saves you a few seconds here and there. So what I mean by that is I normally just do this rotation, right? so there's less walking. So you only have to walk 3 times. Alright, I need to Google, he says. Where is M-A... Let me go to M-Y-A-N. We're Googling it. Oh. That's pretty pictures. Pretty temples with some water. I don't know if those are temples, but maybe those are just buildings. Nice beaches. I like the colors of the flag. Yellow, green, and red. A big star in the middle. That's cool. I'm learning something new. Where is it on the map, though? It's right near Thailand. This is India. Okay, and then... So the southwest corner of China. Next to Thailand, neighbors of the west of it. Yeah, I've never heard of this. I've never heard of this place. Forgive my ignorance. Well, that's cool. Honestly, you probably have really, really good food compared to what I eat. I love the food. I'm a big foodie. I love to eat food. But just looking at the country and looking at all the different... what you possibly could have, the food probably amazing. Alright, there's all my focus points used. We can plant wheat again. Alright, my farming is done.
I can get you anywhere.
Let's go back to HG's island. So these ones are people that I got to play the game and then they don't play anymore. They haven't played in a very, very long time. And I just use those islands. My other islands in Thetford, the 3 islands of Thetford are for my alt accounts. And they're not just they're alt accounts that are geared and leveled up. Now I stopped playing them because when they changed the code in order for you to not be able to pick up chests, so chests, if you kept looting the same chests over and over again in the same area, the loot would be reduced again and again and again. And that's when I stopped playing. It's about a while ago. I feel like several years ago or so. I just went to the wrong island.
Welcome, traveler.
Which one might be fast?
Which one is my... Yeah, this one.
Hold tight.
Current equipment. I have a strange feeling. I left it in there. There we go. You can move your islands to other cities until October. So, I moved all my islands to Thetford, or my one island that was in Thetford, to Fort Sterling. But those other 2 islands, I don't have access to those accounts. I just have access to the islands.
Looking for safe passage?
So because I have access to the islands, I help them build their islands, I help them get the game and everything. But those are not on my islands, so I can't move them because I don't have access to those accounts. So I just use their islands for farming. Yeah, there's an update so you can move islands, supposedly. I moved my island the old-fashioned way before the update. Like I literally moved it just before the update, but I could have moved it with everything in the island. Like you can load up your island with a whole bunch of stuff from one city, and then transfer it over. But I moved it before then. I literally moved it a few days. I didn't know they were gonna release an update, and I literally deleted everything on my island, did all the plots, and then I destroyed my island and then rebuilt it in Thetford, and then they released that update. So
Fight for Fort Sterling.
because they're doing new things with the islands that you can have like more yield or more bonuses for your islands being in certain cities. I'm gonna run back down to static and then we'll have to call. I still need to go cook food and take care of the family. So the main reason why I do here in Malboro Gorge and I know he's just to go all the way to Russelldale, but that's a long run. And time doesn't always permit me, right? I only have a very short amount of time to play each day. Now there's a yellow boss up there. So we're gonna wear this gear right here to level up. And we're gonna go get that boss. You sure can join. Here. We're just gonna let them have it. I technically should run through the other way. I don't know what I'm doing. Should have ran into the castle instead of out and about. But it looks like you're coming out. We can go into the dungeon together. So we have here, which is MCUX SVG Dev, who is a viewer. I don't know if you're a first-time viewer on my streams, but thanks for joining, and we're joining him here together to run into a static dungeon. I should actually see what you're wearing. Okay, tier 4. Is that an ice staff? It is. This is Stalker's Hood, Helion, and Tenacity Boots. It's funny, me too. I moved to BW to ML, same like you. Well, guess we'll wait for him to come down. Are you still loading? He was still loading. Okay. Oh, it's Hunter. Okay, not Tenacity. Over here, I'm... Do you need roast pork? Or are you gonna do damage for more damage? Can be safer to actually fight everything instead of just walking past it. Oh, it's a big difference wearing a torch instead of the shield. Huge difference. See if he makes it. Okay, he did. Keep going, keep just going. Okay, we're just gonna fight the mobs. Get you some pain. There we go now. Big difference doing this much damage. Especially with somebody else that's also a damage build. So you see how fast it's much more clearing? And so it's good to do this with another teammate. Because then you can really clear mobs and get more fame. I don't have roast pork going. I need roast pork now. I had my pork pie going. I'm like, why is my life dropping so fast? grab this mob too. Throws me. Keys. Alright, I'm gonna grab all these. See no bosses, I see no chests yet. That's no big deal, we're fighting mobs for fame. Helping the MC SVG level up some. It's gonna cloak. You may want to keep moving. I'm gonna need a potion. I need to switch this up. This needs to be this one. Sorry there, MCUX SVG dev. Alright. Now we should be able to take this on. There's an archer, that's why, and there's a mage. W key, E key. And with this. R key now. Faster? You playing on your phone? W key, E key. I didn't hit them all, which is not good. And I have no cloak or anything, so this is also not good, but that's fine. This archer right here is doing too much damage to me. W key. And in fact, I'm gonna die right here actually. Maybe. Go faster. R key now. I didn't die. I was expecting to die. So shield and torch, there's definitely a big difference. I gotta get used to the torch again. Not as tanky. So if I wear the shield, I can be more tanky, and then because we're in a group, and this way I can pull the aggro, take more damage. Cooldowns are less, so we'll do that. That was the whole purpose of the shield in the first place, to beat the tank. Alright, no bosses, no chests yet. Make our way this way. So looking at the map at Myanmar, this is a big country. I'm surprised I didn't know about it. Honestly, its landmass is probably as big or bigger than a lot of, yeah, it's huge.
Piggies always piggy.
Okay, you want to back out of here? I know you're not backing out soon enough, but I do apologize that I do have to actually go. I have to take care of family. I have to make sure I make food and take care of the kid, everything else. So sorry, it makes UXSVG dev for going down several times. Can I actually give you stuff? Here, let's give you. Oi, oi, oi! Move out of the way for your repair bills and everything else. You should be able to afford better gear. Let's give you 100,000. Here you go. Now you should be able to better stuff with that. Do apologize, I have to go. Now to get out of here, you have to just hit the A key, and you'll be able to exit out of the dungeon. So just hit the A key like this, and you'll be able to exit out. But I have to go, so if you enjoyed this content, please feel free to smash the like button. Helps me out a ton, helps out the channel, helps to push out this content to other people. If you would like, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. If you have not already, please feel free to subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, that's okay as well. Come back once a week, once a month, check out what content I have, and or come back daily because I am streaming daily. Now, thank you all for being here. I do apologize that I do have to go. I have family and things I need to take care of, so we'll catch you all in the next episode.